Welcome back, people, to my Bun&Cheese Reviews. This week it is about Devil May Cry weapons. Now, if you've been around this channel for a while, you know that Devil May Cry is one of my favourite video game series, and when I say a while, I mean like the past 2 weeks, because obviously the two characters, spoiler alert, that topped the past 2 weeks list were Dante and Virgil. Now, what I love about Devil May Cry is the coolness of the characters, their designs, the backstory, the fact that they're related, and the demons that they're fighting, and one of the things that tops the list are weapons. So this is a list of my top 5 weapons in Devil May Cry. One thing that does get an honourable mention that's not on the list is Cerberus. Or is that how you say it? Cerberus? The nunchuck thing, basically. the ice nunchuck thing. That was cool, but it wasn't on this list because I don't think it has as many skills any of the other weapons on this list. So let's stop all the babbling and let's get straight into this list. Number 5, Ebony and Ivory. These two pistols have been with Dante from the very beginning of the DMC series until the most recent edition. What I love about them is the simplicity of their design. On the outside they look like normal handguns, but they can be used effectively against pretty much any demon in the series, even most of the big scary main bosses. Even though they don't take down that much damage, they're good to use in tactical situations of keeping the enemy away from you, possibly reducing the damage done to Dante if done correctly. Also, what I can't forget about it is that cool scene at the end of DMC 3, which was obviously in, I think it was either in one of the last 2 episodes, can't remember which one I put it in, but where both Virgil and Dante use the guns at the same time and say, jackpot.
Jackpot.
Number 4, Rebellion. Oh, Rebellion, the trusty trademark sword of Dante. Even if you aren't a fan of DMC, you probably recognise Rebellion and where it comes from. I can't list the amount of countless combos a user can do with this weapon, but my favourite was the joystick movement, which is called the Devil Stinger. When you can continue to stab the enemy multiple times in a matter of seconds. Also, you can't forget the outstanding scene where Dante absorbs the sword in DMC 5 to activate his Devil Trigger. Again, a scene I put in one of the previous videos. Check that out. I might put it here again because, yo, that's cool, that scene, you know.
Wow. You are absorbing the Sparta.
I recently went to a convention where one of the merchandise stores was selling replica weapons, and Rebellion was one of them that I was looking at until I saw the price, and then I shot boom straight out of there. Cause bro, that was scary, yo. Number 3, Beowulf. I remember first playing DMC 3 when I was around 12, and I got to the boss fight of Beowulf, otherwise known as Light Beast. This was one of the bosses I thought was the most difficult to beat simply because of his gigantic size and strength. When I eventually did beat him and he transformed into gauntlets for Dante to wear, I remember feeling relief and excitement to see what they could do. I equipped him to Dante straight away and he instantly felt like he achieved a whole new level of power. You have the option to charge all the punches and kicks to make them even more powerful. It was just pure satisfaction to be given the opportunity of punching demons straight to their chest. Also, Virgil was able to use these gauntlets in a special edition, but they do lose their charging option, unfortunately. Nevan. This is the only boss fight I remember being worse, and that is simply down to this witch. being so slippery, it seemed like you had to position Dante perfectly or she'd slide over to you and take down a crazy amount of your health with a draining kiss.
Oh, she got me! Get off me!
Once I did defeat her and she transformed into a devilish style guitar that could emit electricity and summon bats, I don't think there's any more to say than that is freaking cool, and it deserves a #2 spot just for doing that alone. Number 1, Aquila. This is the only weapon on this list that is fairly new to the franchise, appearing in the rebooted version of DMC that released in 2013. They're also the only angelic element based weapon on this list. What I love most about them is their versatility. They can be used to pull enemies in and can be used on multiple enemies in at once, dealing great amount of damage either way. I also like the design as they are essentially 2 giant shurikens, which does make me wonder if they got inspiration for these from the Demon Wind Shuriken in Naruto.
Fuma Shuriken, Kage Fusha. Amai. No. Shuriken no kage ni shuriken ga. Na. Yappari amai.
My favourite move to use these for is a tornado where Dante spins around them, creating a cyclone that is pretty much unstoppable. So that is my list of my top 5 weapons in Devil May Cry. If you haven't played any of the games yet, I will highly recommend them to you. It is a hack and slash based game, so you don't need to be very good, you just need to, you know, press them buttons, bit of button bashing goes on. But you know, for the boss fights though, I do think you need to be pretty good sometimes, because some of these boss fights can get a bit tricky, that's for sure. Especially in, which was the one that I had the most difficult? I think it might have been DMC 4. No, not 4, it was the remastered edition in 2013. I've got it up here somewhere. Yeah, I think I was against someone where I had to use some sort of hack's ability to get past him. But yes, I would highly recommend this series for someone that hasn't played it before. Especially now, because you would be able to get it for pretty damn cheap, because all of them are pretty old games. So you might be able to get a collection for a discounted price on the PS Store or the Microsoft Store, whatever Xbox use, I don't know. But that is it for this week. This episode is probably going to be a bit shorter than the last 2 episodes, but I've said what I needed to say, so I'm a bounce. Till next week.